After months of tension surrounding outgoing President Macky Sall's attempts to delay the election, Senegal rose above the political fray to etch its name in history by electing Bassirou Faye, the continent's youngest president ever. This charismatic and progressive Pan-African leader has pledged a new era for Senegal, vowing to shake off the vestiges of colonial influence and forge a future free from external control, particularly from the country's former colonial master, France. Faye's victory marks a pivotal moment not just for Senegal, but for a generation yearning for a fresh vision that prioritizes self-determination and unity across Africa. Who is this young man? How did he rise to power? And how does he plan to free Senegal from fringe control? In today's video, we will offer deep insight into these questions and many more. Before we dive into our topic today, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channels and ringing the bell to be notified about all our exciting future videos. According to Faye's campaign website, he graduated from high school in 2000 and went on to study law before earning a master's degree from Dakar's Cheikh Anta Diop University. In or around 2004, he specialized as a tax inspector while attending Senegal's elite National School of Administration, a center of excellence that trains the country's top public servants. Faye met his mentor and opponent. The position figurehead was Manny Sonko, while working as a tax inspector at the Tax and Estate Department after graduation. The pair would go on to forge a strong relationship over the years. And when Sonko formed his Pastel Party in 2014, he invited Faye to join the party. Faye rose quickly through the ranks, becoming one of the chief architects of Sonko's 2019 presidential campaign. However, after Sonko was arrested and convicted and charged as many deemed politically motivated, Faye became the de facto leader of the Pastel Party, and he tried to unite the position to challenge the ruling government's hold on power. Before we continue, don't forget to smash the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you. But in April of 2023, he too was arrested and detained and charged as many deemed politically motivated. In January 2024, his mentor Ousmane Sonko was excluded from the final list of candidates eligible to run for presidential election, but Faye's name was on the list because he was never convicted, although he remained detained. Sonko quickly threw his weight behind Faye in the elections, and a collision of over 100 political parties also came together to support Bassirou Faye under the button. Diomaye Mo Sonko, which translates to Diomaye as Sonko. Sonko and Faye were both released in mid-March 2024, and the pair immediately went to work traversing the country, drawing huge crowds leading up to the polls on Sunday, March 24, 2024. Riding on a huge wave of support from young voters disgruntled with unemployment, corruption, and Macky Sall's election postponement antics, Bassirou Diomaye Faye managed to deal a fast-round knockout to the ruling party's candidate Amadou Barre, winning roughly 54% of the vote compared to Barre's 37%. Bassirou Faye immediately promised a new chapter in Senegal's future, following his victory in the bitterly contested presidential election, pledging to govern with humility and transparency as well as fight corruption at all levels and rebuild Senegalese institutions. He also vowed to free Senegal from colonial interference and control. So many experts anticipate that the country's relationship with its former colonial master, France, will experience some significant adjustments. Interestingly, France, through its central bank, holds a whopping half of the century's foreign reserves. France promises a safety net by guaranteeing the convertibility of the safer franc to the euro, supposedly shielding these nations from volatile currency fluctuations. But this guaranteed liquidity comes at a hefty cost. These countries are compelled to deposit a staggering 50% of the foreign exchange reserves in the French bank. This not only limits their access to this crucial capital for development, but also lines France's pockets through its senior age, the profits gained from printing money. This effectively restricts these nations' ability to craft independent monetary policies or adjust interest rates to boost their economies, and their statistics are telling. 9 out of 14 nations, which use the safer franc, are among the least developed countries worldwide. Another layer of French control comes in the form of French military bases scattered across these former colonies. The official narrative is that these bases provide security and combat terrorism. However, critics argue this presence discouraged these nations from investing in their own robust militaries, fostering the dependence on France for defense. What's more, for some countries are reportedly obligated to pay France a fee for this supposed protection, further draining their already strained financial resources. However, all this is set to change in the Faye's leadership. Central to his campaign was the promise of monetary reform, potentially introducing a brand new Senegalese currency, the Senegal, to replace the safer franc. While this proposal has raised concerns in financial circles, Faye assures a cautious approach. He envisions leaving the CFA franc, ideally within the framework of the Economic Community of West African States, and adopting the ECO, a unified West African currency that is still under development.
Humilité dans la transparence, à combattre la corruption dans toutes les échelles.
This ECO could serve as a common base or a peg for a future Senegalese currency. However, if the ECO project falters, Faye makes a claim that Senegal would take its sovereignty into its own hands, suggesting a potential unilateral break from the CFA franc. This move would be a significant accession of Senegal's economic independence, and could inspire other former French colonies to follow suit. In conclusion, a wave of hope was undeniably crusted over Senegal with the election of Bassirou Faye. Faye's victory wasn't just a change in leadership. It was a resounding cry for a new future. His commitment to severing the economic ties that bind Senegal to France, potentially through a new national currency and renegotiated partnership, has ignited a powerful sense of self-determination. This democratic triumph, with the peaceful transfer of power from a long-standing incumbent to an opposition figure, is a beacon for all of Pan-Africa. The world now watches with keen anticipation as Senegal and the Faye's leadership strive to become a model of African prosperity free from constraints of the past. Faye's journey will be closely monitored, holding the potential to inspire content in the yearning for economic liberation and a brighter future. Your perspective matters. What do you make of the newly elected Senegalese leader, Bassirou Faye, and his plans to free Senegal from French control? Share your insights and thoughts in the comments below. For continued updates on global affairs and diplomatic developments, be sure to subscribe to Insight Lab. Stay informed, stay engaged. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more insightful content in the future. Thanks for watching.